Hi, I'm back. You've reached me at my YouTube channel. This is Megan Mateo, and I have got a sort of beginner's guide to makeup today with just a few tools and some supplies from the drugstore. You can create a face that is appropriate for school, for work, sometimes even in a little evening out, and it looks beautiful and fresh, and it's appropriate for anyone who isn't really great at doing makeup. Maybe you haven't applied makeup before or you don't use it often. It's a wonderful beginner's guide and makes a nice little present. You can pick up all of these supplies for well under $100 and give it as a gift to maybe a young person who wants to start out in makeup and have a very solid beginning. So today we are going to use just a handful of brushes, a sponge, and then our little makeup products. I have started off my face with Neutrogena Hydroboost. I find that this moisturizer is great for any kind of skin. It's fragrance-free, it's dye-free, so it doesn't have a lot of irritants. If you're just starting out wearing makeup, or if you find you have more of a sensitive type skin, this can be a really great start to your makeup day. So making sure that you've moisturized is paramount for makeup application. Then I've gone in with my Olay Sun SPF 35. This one is in Shine Control. They do offer one that has a built-in primer as well. So I've just used this all over my face. SPF is super important on a daily basis for your face, your skin, all over your body. It helps to counteract any effects that the UV rays have on your skin, causing premature aging and also more serious problems like skin cancer, melanomas, carcinomas. Those are not fun to deal with. I myself have dealt with skin cancer before several times, and it's not fun and it's dangerous. So make sure that you moisturize and then you apply your sunscreen on a daily basis. Next, I've gone in with e.l.f. Poreless Primer. This I've applied to my T-zone, just right here on my forehead, on my nose, and on my chin, and I've taken it out just a little bit to the tops of the cheeks. So this is really great at filling in any pores that you might have. Young people tend not to have very noticeable pores. I do find that as I've aged, my pores have become more noticeable, and it's just a personal preference of mine to clear them up. So getting into the makeup itself, we are going to start with a makeup sponge. This one is from e.l.f. I believe it's about $5 or $6 at the grocery store or the drugstore. I got mine at Target. And what I've done is I've gone in to my sink and just wet it under the faucet and then squeezed it out with my hands, and then gone to a bath towel or a hand towel, wrapped it in the hand towel, squeezed it again. So it's just barely damp. And you can see that it's rather large. When it's dry, it's about that big. As it wets up, it gets a lot bigger. So next, after we've moisturized and everything, I'm using the CoverGirl Outlast All Day 3-in-1. I'm going to apply it to the back of my hand. I use 1.5 pumps and then close it up nice and tight. Go in with my sponge on my hand and just tap on it like this, and then put it all over my face. You'll have to excuse me, I'm using the monitor as a makeup mirror for this part. So I am moving it all over my face. Gonna go in with my mirror. And you'll see I'm just sort of tapping it in. Now I like to start in the center of my face and work my way out. Some people will start in different spots. It's just how you feel comfortable. You can go in for more coverage. You might even need less if you've got really great skin. My skin tends to get red really easily, so I like good coverage all over, so that my personal preference of blocking out the redness is taken care of. Make sure to take it down your neck. And then the application is done. Now this makeup does need to set. It's a matte makeup, which means you don't get a lot of shine. Some of you won't even have to powder after this, so it's really great for that. Next, I am going to use Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. My shade is in Fair, and I'm going to put that under my eyes. Just a dot here, a dot there. This does need time to set and dry before you do much more with your face. So that's why I do it right now, because as I'm waiting for this to dry, using my middle finger to tap it out. So as I said, as I'm waiting for this to dry, I can go in, do my eyebrows, do a first bit of my eyeliner, which I like to have in place, and then I can powder, and things are set and ready to go for the next step. So for eyeliner, I like to go in with the first coat of eyeliner before I do any kind of eyeshadow, just so I get a nice good line down there. Sometimes I don't even have to go back for more. Sometimes I find that I want more of an eyeline, and I'll return with the eyeliner later. So this one is Maybelline New York Unstoppable Eyeliner in the color Espresso. It's basically an everyday item in my bag of tricks. So just really close to the eye lashes, and take little strokes. Now go slowly, take your time. And there we go. Now I like to sort of diffuse it a little bit with our first brush. This is a smudge brush, and you can see it's short. It's got densely packed bristles, and I just use that brush to softly tap over the line. Diffuses it a little bit, so it's a very soft looking line. Now I'm going to do the other eye. Oh my, I managed to get eyeliner on my nose. That's a first. So, still have this. Just gonna blot some foundation back on, and all is well again. Ta-da! So, back in with our smudge brush, using it to soften that eyeliner a little, just tapping it. And there we go. So this next bit is going to be the most advanced part of our makeup today, and it's eyebrows. I am going to use this little e.l.f. palette here. This is in the shade Light, and in it we have a creamy pomade side, and then this is a powder. We use the pomade first to get a good line, and then the powder comes second. It comes with this brush, which is completely useless, so don't use it, you won't get a good line. That I would use in emergency situations only, when you have no other brush to work with. Instead, I've picked up this brush from Sonia Kashuk. This is an angled liner brush. It has densely packed bristles, they're very stiff, and they're cut on an angle, hence angled liner brush. So first we go in with our pomade and get our line, our outline done. For that, I'm just following the outline of my eyebrow. So there's under, now the top of the brow, and then filling it in a little. Switching up to do the other eye. So you can always dip in for more product, although I do find using a lighter hand to begin with is a virtue, because you can, like I said, always add more, but it's harder to take it away. So next up, we're going into the lighter powder shade. Just using that to fill in a bit more. Get the front. And there. So that was simple. Like I said, it's the most advanced part. It's not difficult, it just takes time and some practice. So now that we've finished with the eyebrows, I'm going to go in with my CoverGirl powder foundation, this in the shade Classic Ivory, and a powder brush, which looks like this. I go over my eyes, my nose, forehead, and cheeks. Just to bring the shine down a little bit. So next we have blush. We're going to use the Cheekers blush by CoverGirl. This is a beautiful pink shade with a little bit of sparkle to it, so you shouldn't need any kind of extra highlight or anything like that. I am going to use a blush brush with this product and just sweep it across the tops of the cheekbones like this. And it leaves a nice subtle pink flush. It should look good on pretty much any skin tone, except for the very deepest. Then you might want to go a few shades deeper in order to have this show up. This would make a beautiful highlight on darker tan skin as well, when mixed with like a bronzer. So, for our eyes, pulling out the old school CoverGirl eye enhancers in Tapestry Taupe, number 670, looks like this. It's a beautiful taupe shade, metallic though, and we're just going to put this all over the mobile eyelid, the part of your eyelid that closes and opens, and blend that up toward the brow bone. So just apply it only to the mobile eyelid. And then use what's left on the brush to sweep it into the crease. Don't go all the way up to the brow bone, so not all the way up to up here, but just under it. This is going to be a one shadow look, so it's very simple and easy to master. Next we are going to take the same smudge brush that we had, dip it back into our Tapestry Taupe eyeshadow, and go under the eyes, just to create a bit of a shimmery shadow there. Perfect. Now, if you want to, you can take a crease brush, a very fluffy one. You can see how pliable this is. It's very soft, not densely packed. Take it into the crease and really work that out so it diffuses the edges of the eyeshadow. Everything's very soft, there are no harsh lines, and you're done with your eyeshadow. Now I'm going to go back to my Maybelline eye pencil, go over that top line again, and then take the eyeliner and go about 1/4 into the bottom lash line. So you'll see where I stop here, about 1/4 of the way in. Go to your smudge brush, very delicately work out that line. As you can see, it sort of rounds the corner of the eye and defines the lower lash ever so slightly. And don't be afraid to keep going back and forth until you have the look that you want. So, next, Mascara. My favorite, CoverGirl Clump Crusher. The one in the green tube. This is the water resistant kind in their black shade. Going to apply that to top and bottom lashes. I like water resistant because if you live in a humid environment, your mascara is less likely to melt down your face from the humidity. If you live in a rainy environment, same with that. Normally I'll do 1 to 2 coats on the top lashes. So there's coat 1. And dip back in. And coat 2. Now I like to go really close to the lash line, wiggle it, the brush, and then bring it out. And it gives very feathery lash look. Then back in. The other eye gets its mascara. So there's coat 1. Coat 2. Now for the bottom lashes. There we go. And finally, I picked up this lipstick by Milani. It's their Color Statement lipstick, and the color is Pretty Natural, right there, number 43. And I'm just going to use it straight from the bullet. It smells like watermelon. There. So here we have a finished look. You can see it's very pretty. The pink lipstick is just enough of a statement, and the eyes are defined but not too attention grabbing, and everything else in the face is fairly muted, so it's not going to be an overpowering look at all. It's very appropriate for, like I said, school, work, or any kind of daytime outing that you might have, say brunch or a meetup with friends or family. So like I said, this is more of a beginner's tutorial, sort of walking you through the steps, the why, the how, and hopefully it's come at an appropriate time. If this is your first Christmas receiving makeup, or if this is your first time using makeup, I hope that I walked you through the steps in an appropriate and simple manner that you could understand. Again, have some fun with makeup, and as I've said, I make these videos about once a week, usually try and put them out on Sundays. And if you like what I've done, be sure and press the like button, and if you'd like to see more, please subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. So until next week, stay safe. Goodbye.